In judging the brand revitalisation category, we were looking for brands that really had to do a big change, had to make a significant difference to where they are now into where they're going forward, in terms of whether it's very competitive, whether consumers are just losing heart in the brand of where it is now, and therefore what they did to actually be able to make a significant difference. So what marketing tools did they use? What were the results in terms of the return on investment? How long did they have to make the difference that they've made? And then obviously overall, what has been the overall impact of the campaign. So I'm delighted that Pot Noodle won our category of brand revitalisation. The entry was really creative, it was very thorough, it was succinct though. And I think what really caught both Michael from Müller and my eyes were that it was taking a product that we all knew and loved, Pot Noodle, from probably the 70s now, and actually made it really relevant for an audience of today, and did it in a really compelling way because they looked at who the audience is. So it's all based on insight, and that was terribly important because what they were able to do is then position the product around the insight and how that audience of young adults now are behaving and what's really important to them. And because how young adults are behaving is about wanting to be brave, wanting to live a life on the go, then they needed to reposition the whole Pot Noodle brand to make it work for this new audience. So it was about being brave, it was about being exciting, it was about being creative, it was about having a sense of humour, all of those things which I think are terribly important in marketing today. What's been really interesting as being a judge, reading through so many papers, is some stand out and some you really have to read 2 or 3 times to kind of take in what they're trying to say to you. I would suggest that people need to be succinct. They really need to read through what the categorisation is and make sure that they cover off each of those points. So if it's asking to demonstrate return on investment, please put that in, because otherwise it's one thing that we immediately look at and say it's missing. We understand confidentiality, but it's very easy to put some top line numbers in there and also to say in confidence, and we do keep it in confidence in terms of the results. So for me, keeping it succinct, but making sure you've gone through the categorisation, the key elements. Anything that's written with a sense of humour or something that will just make you smile as you read it definitely stands out, because for some of us we're reading 30 or 40 different entries. And no matter how diligent you are and the time you've put aside, when it gets to kind of number 12 or 13, it can be quite hard going. So if people use language that either relates to the campaign or could relate to something that's happening in the zeitgeist at the moment, and just make it feel a bit fresh and fun, those ones 100% stand out. So I've been a judge on a number of different marketing awards, but I think the marketing excellence ones are probably the cream of the crop, I'd suggest. The way it's run is brilliant. The people that are involved are passionate, professional. The people that you meet on the judging panel are just phenomenal. They are really the best marketeers in the industry. So it's a great opportunity to network. And I think as a result of that, everyone's bringing a lot of incredible experience to the table. And I think even as a judge, you're learning as you're going through the entries. So I think these awards really are probably the best. They're very comprehensive. The process we go through is very, very diligent, and hopefully people will be delighted when they see how they've done.